What is going on, guys? PaPaSea back in the video for you guys, bringing you week 8 of season 3 of the GBA D-League. This week, your New York Klinks taking on Donkey, coach of the, I'm going to butcher this name, the Roseradenborg. I think I'm saying that right. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I don't even know what team it's based off of, but his link, of course, will be in the description. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do a team builder this week because the battle got pushed back, and I don't like doing team builders after that already happened. So, my team, to go over it real quick, Choice Scarf Rotom with HPS over Blizzard because I don't want to miss, and HPS does enough damage. I also have Trick because I can trick things like the Magearna, I can trick the Stunfisk, I can trick the Suicune if it goes for Calm Mind, stuff like that. I have Gigalith and Excadrill, pretty self-explanatory. Excadrill just has a field day on this matchup. Excadrill is one of the best Pokemon to bring against Magearna, as well as I'm sure you guys are aware. Magearna is stupid in its own right. In my opinion, it should be banned. I don't know why we allowed Magearna, but not Mega Mawile. I like Mega Mawile. I don't think Mega Mawile is that overpowered. I feel like it's a Pokemon that could be allowed in draft format. Magearna, though, no. But I also have Magnet Rise on the Excadrill, which is a little bit of a random bring, but he does have 2 ground types, which do have ground coverage. Obviously, he does have the Aerodactyl with Earthquake, so I figured I don't need Rapid Spin. I don't need a 4th move. Let's just put Magnet Rise, see if it works out. Then I have a bulky Manaphy with Tail Glow and Energy Ball. Manaphy just beats the Suicune one-on-one. Which is the only thing that Excadrill couldn't beat one-on-one was the Suicune, so if I have Manaphy literally just for the Suicune, Excadrill should be able to clean up. Haxorus, similar to Excadrill, that's a pretty good matchup. If I get a Dragon Dance up, a lot of things just die. Haxorus can kill the Azelf, it can kill the Garchomp, kill the Magearna, kill the Stunfisk. I don't think, it struggles a little bit more against the Aerodactyl that Excadrill does, because I don't have steel coverage, and it struggles a little bit less against the Suicune, because I do have the Lumberry as well, so if it does Skull Burn me, I can just Lumberry it off. If it does have Rest, Calm Mind, it's a bit of a problem. And if it does have Ice Beam, it's a bit of a problem. But he's not gonna have Rest, Calm Mind, Scald, Ice Beam. I figured he's probably gonna be Rest, Sleep Talk, Scald, Calm Mind, or just Calm Mind, Rest, Chesto, something like that. I don't expect him to have Ice Beam, so I'm trying to say. Going over seeing he has Azelf, Magearna, Garchomp. I forgot the name of this Pokemon, Stunfisk, Aerodactyl, and the Suicune. I'm expecting either Garchomp, Stunfisk, or Azelf to lead. So I figure I should just lead with my Rotom. I'm pretty safe just leading go for Volt Switch. If he leads Azelf and he just switches out into one of his ground types on my Volt Switch, it's really not the worst thing in the world because I do have pretty safe switchings to his ground types. So that's exactly what happens. He leads Azelf as I lead with my Scarfed Rotom. And he actually reveals that he is Scarfed because he goes for a U-turn and outspeeds my Rotom. Which makes a lot of sense because when you have Hoop on your team, the best way to kill it is with pretty much any Bug type move. And if you Scarf a Pokemon that is naturally faster than Hoopa, it's just going to beat it every day of the week. So he goes for U-turn here, revealing that he's Scarfed. I was very tempted to click HPS because I thought he would just hard switch to the Garchomp. Not the Garchomp, excuse me. I thought he would hard switch to the Stunfisk. Going to Garchomp would be a little bit of a risky play in an Ice type, so I don't think it would have done that. But I figured this thing, it actually does have pretty decent Spadef. I go for Volt Switch. It's immune, obviously. It's a ground type. I don't think HPS does that much damage to this thing, but I switch out anyway, which probably tells him I'm Scarf, which really isn't a big deal. So I go to my Gigalith here to get the Sand Up because I figure Excadrill can just come in and kill this thing later on, which is totally fine, and get the Sand Up, like I said. I can also set up my own Stealth Rocks, which I really want Stealth Rocks up in case he has, like, Sash on the Aerodactyl, or Sash on anything, really. Excadrill, it just helps Excadrill sweep. So he goes for Rocks, not really a big deal. I go for Rocks as well. Because like I said, I just want to be able to sweep him with Excadrill because Excadrill has a fantastic matchup. He goes out into his Suicune here, and this is a little bit scary because if he's Calm Mind, he can set up a Calm Mind. He can just go for a Scald or a Surf or whatever and do a lot of damage to my Gigalith that I don't want to take. He could just... It's a lot of things he can do. He could just go for Toxic too if he really wants to, which I don't really want to take as well. So I get the Sand Up, I get the Sand Up and the Rocks up. And like I said earlier, I don't think Rapid Spin is... I don't think I said this, actually. I don't think Rapid Spin is really as necessary on my team. I feel like the past couple weeks are about Rapid Spin and just did nothing. So I opted to go for Magnet Rise instead. So I switch out here into my Exodia, the Lucifer, or Exodia, the Hoopa. I changed the nickname because Donaki names all stuff for Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, so that'd be kind of funny. I take Rocks damage. I am not Choice Guard. I figure I can take any hit from this thing, unless it has, like, Signal Beam. Signal Beam hurts a little bit, but if it has Signal Beam, it's not really the end of the world, so... I take Sans damage. He goes for Sub here, which I thought was really, really weird. I don't know the exact calcs, but if I had Hyperspace Hole or Hyperspace Fury, I'm pretty sure either of those would have two-shotted from this range after the Sub damage and the Sandstorm damage. So here I just go for Dark Pulse because I don't want to reveal that I have Grass Knot yet because I want to think maybe I don't have it, and Dark Pulse still does break the Sub. At this point now, since he gone for a Sub, he's pretty much in guaranteed range to die from a Expert Belt boosted Grass Knot. So I figure, let's go for Grass Knot here. He goes for Scald. If he burns me, not the end of the world because I'm a special attacker. He doesn't burn me, which is great. RNG on my side, finally. So, I go for the Grass Knot here, thinking he might stay in, to be honest, because, like, he might think I don't have any coverage for it. I don't really know. Either way, I just go for Grass Knot. as we have so many turns with the sand and the leftovers. So he switches out here. Actually, he goes out to Chaos Neos, which is going to be his Magirna on the Grass Knot. Gonna take a little bit of rocks damage and a little bit from the Grass Knot. Not gonna do too much, of course. So here I'm in a little bit of a predicament because I do have taunt on my Hoopa, and I can taunt this thing, so it can't go for shift gear. It can't go for any other setup moves like that, or it can just kill me with a Dazzling Gleam or whatever fairy move it has. So I figure here Hoopa isn't that important anymore. Since I know his Suicune is a subset, I know that Manaphy beats it one-on-one because I'm bulky with Tailglow. I just Tailglow on the sub and go for Energy Ball twice and kill it. I go for Taunt. He falls for the Taunt, which is cool. He goes for Dazzling Gleam and he kills me. So luckily, he doesn't get a shift gear up. He does get his Soul Heart because he got a kill, obviously. But Sand is up. Excadrill comes in and just revenge kills this thing. So it's really not the worst thing. So that's exactly what I do. I go to my Excadrill and I go for the Earthquake. Now, yes, he is most likely going to switch, but at the same time, I can't risk him predicting me to go for, say, an Iron Head and just stay in and go for a Aura Sphere or something like that. So I figure, let's go for Earthquake. Magirna is a huge threat. It's something that, very, very scary Pokemon. So I figure, if I have the opportunity to go for an Earthquake on it, I'm going to go for an Earthquake on it. He goes to his Azelf. Again, not the worst thing ever, because I can take a hit from this thing. However, I don't want to take a hit from this thing, because like I said earlier, Excadrill is the win con. If I can get that Suicune, realistically, that Suicune's at like 40%, Excadrill kills everything. And the Garchomp, excuse me, if the Garchomp is lower, it does kill me. So I go for Iron Head here, because I know that I can take a hit from the Azelf. And I go for Iron Head. He switches into this thing. Not really a big deal, because I know another Earthquake will kill him. But he gets the static. I was so tilted, I'm not gonna lie, because like I've been saying, Excadrill just basically wins. And the fact that he's parried means I'm not gonna outspeed a lot of things. I don't outspeed Azelf anymore. I don't think I outspeed Aerodactyl anymore in the sand. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just didn't go for Earthquake because I figure I can kill this thing. Get a Striking Berry though. I get a crit, but it doesn't matter because he's gonna die to Earthquake anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. There's a Route Tomb to lower my speed. Now, thanks to the Para, he's gonna outspeed me after this drop, which is super unfortunate. I just stay in though, and I go for Iron Head again. It's gonna kill him. He outspeeds and goes for Earth Power. Not gonna kill me, thankfully. And I do kill this thing, but this is like this. I'm not gonna lie, I was so tilted because after I saw that a Suicune was sub, I knew that I could easily beat it with Manaphy, and then I get parried, and I can't sweep when I'm parried. So I was so tilted. So I figure here the new win con is Manaphy. It does struggle a little bit against the Azelf because Azelf does have Energy Ball. As I don't know if he really ever reveals it later, but it does have Energy Ball. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just stay in, go for an Earthquake. Again, similar to the Hoopa situation, I don't want to switch out, have him go for a Shift Gear. Just go for an Earthquake and sack my Excadrill off. It's basically useless if it's paired. So down it goes to RNG basically, which is really unfortunate. I get Solar Boost. Here, though, I think I go to my Manaphy here. No, I go to my Haxorus here, because I know I outspeed him, and an Earthquake is a roll to kill him, depending on his set. So I just go for an Earthquake here, and I figure it's not really a big deal. I have Mold Breaker, too, so if he goes into his Azelf or something, it'll just take an Earthquake. He could just go out to his Aerodactyl, too, but he doesn't. He stays and takes the Earthquake, and I don't kill it. Which is unfortunate. Again, I don't know his exact set. If he was uninvested in HP and defenses, which he most likely was invested, excuse me, I forget the exact set I calc against, but the standard calc that I was calcing against, it was a roll to kill. But since this is a draft format, he most likely has different EVs than standard Smoke On set. Obviously, probably has some defense, maybe some HP and stuff like that. So he goes to Trinkle Tackle here, which I guess he went for this because if I was the Roselia Berry, I don't think I would have died to a standard Floor Cannon or a standard Dazzling Gleam even. So goes to Trinkle Tackle. I'm actually Lumberry because, like I said earlier, I don't want to get Skull Burn. I don't want to get status. So I die, which is important. He gets a Soul Heart, but again, Manaphy comes in, goes for a Scald, kills this thing. I was tempted to click Tailglow because I know that he is Dazzling Gleam and he is Aura Sphere, and I'm thinking, and he has a Z move, obviously. So I'm thinking he might not have Thunderbolt. So I was so tempted to click Tailglow here, where I'm like, you know what? I don't want damage on my Manaphy because Manaphy, I just wanted to kill this Suicune. So I go for the Scald to get the kill there. If he switched out randomly, whatever. And luckily the Magirna goes down, which I was so happy about because Magirna is just stupid. So he goes back to his Azelf here. And here I figure, as I hit my desk there, let's switch out. If he has Energy Ball, Thunderbolt, Thunder Punch, whatever, I don't want to take it. I can take it, but I don't want to. I want this thing to be able to kill the Garchomp. So I switch out. I go to my Rotom. I figure Rotom isn't really needed that much. And he goes for Energy Ball. It's going to be enough to take me out after Rock Damage and stuff. So he goes for 2 Energy Balls, I should say. He doesn't go for... I'm not knocked out in 1. So he goes for Energy Ball here. I take it. And then he outspeeds me, of course, because he's Scarfed as well. And down goes my Rotom. So here, I don't remember what I went into here, but Rotom goes down. Not really the worst thing in the world. Maybe I could have saved it for like Garchomp and gone for HP Ice, but again, I don't know if that would even matter. So I go to Kirishima here because I know I can take an Energy Ball here, which really isn't the worst thing in the world because the Sand does help my Spit up, obviously, because I'm a Rock type. So the Sand comes up, which is also good. That's damage on other stuff on his team. Although he does have a Ground type, so I guess it's not really the worst. It's not really the best thing to have Sand up, but still. He switches out, goes out to Gaia, which I believe is the Garchomp. So here, I do a decent amount of damage with Earthquake, or with Heavy Slam, excuse me. Heavy Slam did more than Earthquake, I believe, which is weird. Or maybe I went for Heavy Slam predicting the Aerodactyl, and I don't really remember. But I went for Heavy Slam. I take the rough skin damage. Here, I had like a Mind Lapse and thought that was Rocky Helmet. And I'm thinking like, is he running Sandveil? Because I don't know why I thought the rough skin damage was Rocky Helmet. I guess I'm just so used to Garchomps having Rocky Helmet and rough skin that I'm so used to taking Recoil twice. Instead I took Recoil once, I just thought he was maybe bringing Sandveil. So there I go for Earthquake, and as you can see, he's actually pretty low. And another one might take him out, and he goes for Earthquake here, and that is going to be enough to take out my extra because he is +2 or +4, whatever. So down goes Gigalith. Like I said, Gigalith was basically useless after Excadrill became basically useless. So down it goes, and here I have my Manaphy, which might take a hit, depending on his set. If he's Adamant, I don't think he'll take a hit. If he's Jolly, I'm able to take a hit, but he has to be Jolly because how else would he have to be Manaphy? I take a little bit of Rocks damage, and he just goes for the Earthquake, and down goes the Manaphy. I hate to be that guy. No hate towards Doniki at all. But that para was huge. Because as you can see, Manaphy really wouldn't have had a problem against the Suicune, against Garchomp. I wouldn't have been forced to sack off my Rotom. I wouldn't be able to go for HP Ice later on and kill it. And I just feel like that was such a crushing defeat. Just because, again, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I would have 1000% won without the Excadrill getting parried, but when Excadrill has a matchup as well as it does, and it's made useless due to RNG, there's nothing I can do. So GG Doniki, his link, of course, in the description. I will see you guys next week for the final week of Season 3 of the GBA League. We play against the Don Fanatic, coach of the Norwich or Norwich? I always forget, because people always make fun of how to pronounce it, and they kind of tease him. It's like, I think it's Norwich. People tease him, say it's Norwich. I don't remember. But we play him, which will be fun. He has Mega Lopunny. I love Mega Lopunny. He has a cool team. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. I will see you guys next time, and bye-bye.